Finding your purpose starts when you don't care what the world says and what unbelievers think about you. This decision will allow you to find the purpose of your life. If you are here and you're on planet Earth and a believer in Jesus Christ, a born again believer who's been saved by the blood of Christ and filled by the Holy Spirit of God, and in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, you can find and fulfill your purpose right from the mouth of the Creator. You just got to ask the Creator who made you, what is the purpose of my life? Why, God, did you put me here on earth? Is it to have a business, be an entrepreneur, a coach, a trainer, a pastor, preacher, teacher, parent? What child, what is it? What is that reason? Is it to get married? Is it to have a family and a bunch of kids? Is it to make lots of money, buy the best of things, travel the world, or entertain myself with the good life? Why am I here? What is my purpose? Is it to get involved in crusading for social justice and making this world a better place? God, tell me, what is the purpose of my life as a kingdom citizens? See, this is a question that we're going to answer for you today. And if you've had or wondered that question, let us know in the comments right now. I want to welcome you out today. Our purpose is to help you build a business for the kingdom using biblical principles. I'm going to ask you this question. What if you could build a 6, 7, 8+ figure business around your gift, your expertise, your experience, and use those resources to help you grow the kingdom? Wouldn't that be an awesome, awesome thing? I want to thank you for joining us today for another irresistible message from our Kingdom Business Workshop series provided by Bible Business Academy. You can go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com to learn more about our global organization. I am your host, Kathy McReynolds, and our goal is to help you build a business so you can get time freedom, debt freedom, and financial freedom. We transform entrepreneurs into kingdom leaders with the sole purpose of growing the kingdom and fulfilling God's original purpose. We believe that the message will equip you to grow in your faith and finances while advancing your life and business as you discover your purpose and pursue it with passion. Y'all ready to get this started? On today's Kingdom Business Workshop, y'all, we're going to talk about and ask you some questions to help you. And don't forget to share while you're here, and let us know in the comments if this is your first time tuning in. Let us know where you're coming from, what city, what state, and most importantly, guys, what business do you have, or what business are you considering starting for the kingdom? See, if you're interested in the resources that God gave you, only you, only yourself, you can be the only one to complete your purpose and grow the kingdom. Are you investing the resources for the betterment of others by discovering your purpose, living it daily, and checking to see if it will be pleasing to God? Are you only focused on that thing you're calling money, M-O-N-E-Y? Is it in your pocket? Is it under your bed? Is it in the bank? Does it keep you up at night? Nothing, guys, you put on here on earth is secure. And we're going to talk to you about that. And did you know your purpose was predetermined before you were even in your mother's womb? See, we will share how to focus on our purpose. And when you're doing that, how it will determine whether we will enter into our inheritance in the kingdom. Now, we were promised some stuff, but there are some things that you got to do to get the stuff. So as you read one of the most popular and quoted verses in the Bible, for I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And that comes from Jeremiah 29:11. What do you think about it? What is on your mind when you hear that? On this episode tonight, y'all, of Bible Business Academy, and for our Kingdom Business series, we're going to dive deeper in part 2. So if you didn't catch part 1, make sure you go back, to YouTube, while you're over there, hit that subscribe and notification button so that you can get part 1. You definitely don't want to miss that, because it's going to answer some of the questions that you may have from today. And we're here to help you cover, as we go through this series, your purpose for your business and your life. So we're going to give you some key suggestions on how to begin living a meaningful, exciting, and joyful life so that you can build a kingdom-based business on purpose, right? With your purpose. How about that? Y'all ready to discover the kingdom purpose and grow your business? Let's get this started. But before we do that, I want you to make sure, if you're just now joining us or if you've been here from the beginning, that you stick around to the end, because I'm going to share with you how you can get exclusive access to building a business with biblical principles and some free resources that we're going to give you at the end. I'm also going to tell you how you can get a gift sent to your front door and why it will help you grow in your faith and finances. And I'm telling you, when you do that, it's going to lead to more love, more fun, more freedom, and more fulfillment. If this is your first time tuning in, hey y'all, my name is Kathy McReynolds. I'm from Akron, Ohio. I always joke and say I grew up shy, sheltered, in church basically 6 days a week. My mom was a minister, dad a football coach. I left home at 19, moved to the DC, Baltimore, Boston area. Anybody from those areas? Where you guys from? Drop it in the comments and let us know. I'm an author, international coach, and trainer. I'm an introvert, y'all, but I absolutely love to win. So we do what it takes, not for our glory, but for God's glory. Not perfect, but we do take action. Auntie to many, licensed financial advisor. I done made 6 figures and lost 6 figures in businesses all over. So what you can do is grab a copy of our book on Amazon. It's called Bible Business Secrets. So you can pick that up right on Amazon, or you can go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/book, and we have a special value for you over there. Get a copy of our planner. Everybody needs to plan what they're going to do, especially when you're building out your purpose. You can get that at believeandgrowrich.org, or you can pick it up over on Amazon. See, guys, we're here for you to help you develop an exclusive kingdom management enterprise system specifically for the citizens of the kingdom. So y'all ready to do this, right? And all the stuff that we're going to be sharing with you in a second, I want you to know that once it's over, you don't have to end there. You can come and join us in either our memberships or academies or our Done For You program so that we can help you with that. So now y'all ready to get this started? We're going to talk about how to discover and release your purpose to build a business for God's plan. The verse today is Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." And that's from Jeremiah 29:11. So what is purpose, right? What is this thing we call purpose? Purpose is when you know and understand what you were born to accomplish. Okay, so if you know exactly what you were born to accomplish, and you know and you understand that, let us know in the comments. Let us know what that is. If you have absolutely no idea what that is, let us know that in the comments as well. Vision is when you have a clear, concise mental picture of exactly what you desire. And see, that's the thing. You got to have purpose, and you have that vision. You have to, we used to say, you have to see it before you seize it. It has to be so crystal clear in your head what your purpose is, because that's what's going to get you up every single day and move towards the goal of it. And when you understand where that purpose is coming from, as we explained this today, I promise you, it's going to make you leap out of bed and get excited. Just like the man who was laying at the temple, and he was so excited that he got healed after all them years, he leaped in the temple. And we want you to leap in your life out of excitement that you are changing your life and living out God's purpose, because it's important for you to understand your purpose. Until purpose is discovered, existence has no meaning. And for a purpose is the source of fulfillment. So if you drag around, or you sometimes don't feel like while you're here, you don't feel life in you, this right here will definitely help you out to be able to feel that and to make sure that that is happening for you. And that's what we want to help you to do. So I'm going to ask you, are you living to fulfill your dreams and expectations? Are you living to please your friends, your families, or your coworkers? Have you ever felt like a hypocrite, right? Imposter syndrome. Anybody ever felt that way? Are there days when you feel like you don't know yourself? Can you be honest? Say you know exactly what you want to be, do, and have. Like, how would you honestly answer those questions? And if you follow me, you know I'm always talking about the mirror moment. If you're having a mirror moment and you have to answer those questions, how would you answer them? See, are you looking good, smelling good, miserable, and broke? You know, what's going on inside of your life? There are busy activities, dedicated, faithful gurus, influencers, leaders, business owners, coaches, etc., who are accepted, respected, revered, and admired, but deep inside, they're tired, they're frustrated, they're bored, they're disillusioned, confused, empty, and depressed. See, their lives are aimless. Day after day, they go on smiling, pretending, and living up to their identity and a reputation that is different from who they were born to be. So life, y'all, if you live that way, will eventually devour you if you don't heed this warning. See, when you live a lie and you're not operating from your purpose, that inner yearning to be set free from the cruel and oppressive power that just chokes your soul and binds your will to be free, you will be in a constant source of inner conflict. So as they say, warning, 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 warning. I want you to take heed, listen, and even if you're catching this during the replay and you have to stop it and pause it and go back and say, man, I definitely better check myself before I wreck myself. It says in 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, well-balanced, and self-disciplined. Be alert and cautious all at the same time, that the enemy of yours, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, fiercely hungry, seeking someone to devour. Don't let that someone be you. You must be aware. See, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but life without a reason. It is a dangerous to be alive and not know why you were given life. See, this is one of the most frustrating experiences. You got time, but you have no idea why you exist, why you have it, or how to use it. And we want to help you with that. See, oftentimes maybe you wonder, like, why am I here? Anybody ever wonder that? Like, let me know in the comments. Like, do you wonder, why am I here? What is the reason for my existence? What is the meaning for my life? What am I to do with my life? See, these questions can be heard in the heads and the hearts of every human being on earth. It doesn't matter what your color is, your race is, your ethnic heritage, your social economic status, or your nationality. See, last week we dived deep into those areas. So make sure you go over to YouTube and catch that replay and subscribe while you're there so that you won't miss out on anything that we talked about. And it's important for you to know how those things that I just mentioned there will shape your existence and shape your life if you let it. And we want to help you not to do that. Is that making sense? Let me know in the comments if that's making sense to you. See, guys, everybody wants to be somebody and feel appreciated. Deep down in our souls, we crave to feel significant and relevant. The search for relevance in life is the ultimate pursuit of individuals. Whether it's conscious or unconscious, admitted or unadmitted, this internal passion is what motivates and drives every human being, either directly or indirectly. It directs our decisions, it controls our behavior, and dictates our responses to our environment. But what if you were lied to? When they told us our purpose was to go to school, get a good job, make, save, and invest your money. If you were lucky, they told you that part. Get married, buy a house, have kids, take a vacation every year, get old, retire, and then die. Like, did they lie to you too? Did they tell you that? Let me know in the comments. See, will you accept the truth though? If you know that you've been lied to, are you willing to accept the truth? See, before tonight, perhaps you bought into that world's view of going to school, getting a good job, getting married, having kids, and living according to your next door neighbor or the latest social media guru. As a believer, you must answer the fundamental question and accept the consequences that come along with that answer, and surrender yourself, ourself, myself, to God's purpose for our lives. If you don't, you're never going to be happy and fulfilled in this world. You're going to always feel as if you're missing something. See, it's because we will not be aligned up with the perfect will of God for which he created us. And there's a reason why that is. So if you're always feeling like anxious and worrying and things are going on in your head and things aren't making sense to you and you feel out of ease and it's hard for you to sleep, there's a reason for that. And that's what we're going to help you solve tonight. See, but the question becomes, where can we find the answers? See, God put us here for a very specific reason, in a very specific purpose. There is only one place we're going to find the answer to this question. You're not going to find it in social media. You're not going to find it on a 24-hour news cycle. And you definitely won't find it in the public school classroom or the government. There is only one place to find this. I mean, think about this. If you bought something that needed to be put together, or it was electronic and you had to understand how it worked, would you read or find it from the instructions or the manufacturer, or would you ask just a random person or even a family member who has absolutely no experience or background in that area? So why is it when it comes to our life, that's what we do? We go ask, we always say, broke Bob, can't get nothing going, Karen. I don't know, I'm just trying to make that up. That didn't even rhyme, right? But you get what I mean there, right? We ask people who are not qualified to give us the answer. There is only one place you can do that. You see that dust on that Bible, just blow it off, right? You can get the answers right from there, because it only makes sense to get instructions about your life purpose from the Creator himself, who made you. Like, I mean, wouldn't you agree with that? Doesn't that make sense? If you want to figure out about your life, go to the source, go to the person who created you, the being who created you. That's where you want to get it from. So do you need to blow the dust off your Bible and open it up so you can start reading, learning, and understanding why you were created and the purpose and the meaning of life? Let me know in the comments what your response and what your answer is to this. See, guys, if I'm telling you that you got to go to the Bible and get these answers, then I'm going to take you straight to the Bible to share with you from my readings and my study and what I found out. And hopefully you can get the same revolution and aha moment that I received to help you change your life. And we're coming to you from Philippians 2. It says, therefore, if there is an encouragement and comfort in Christ, as there certainly is in abundance. See, it not if, because as is, there it is in abundance. If there's any consolation of love, if there's any fellowship that we share in the Spirit, if there is any great depth of affliction and compassion, make my joy complete by being of the same mind, having the same love towards one another, knitted together in purpose, intent on one purpose. How many purpose? Did it say 2, 3, 4, 5? No, one purpose. And living a life that reflects your faith and spreads the gospel, the good news regarding salvation salvation through faith in Christ. Do nothing, okay, from selfishness or empty conceit, through factional motives or strife, but with an attitude of humility, being neither arrogant nor self-righteous. Regard others as more important than yourself. Do not merely look out for your own personal interests, but also for the interests of others. Have that same attitude in yourself, which was in Christ Jesus. Look to him as your example in selfless humility. Like, that's one of your goals. It is to be like Christ, not be like Mike, be like Christ, who, although he existed in the form and unchanging essence of God as one with him, possessing the fullness of all the divine attributes, the entire nature of deity, do not regard equality with God a thing to be grasped or asserted, as if he did not already possess it or was afraid of losing it. Be like Christ, but who emptied himself without renouncing or diminishing his deity, but only temporarily giving up the outward expression of divine equality and his rightful dignity by assuming the form of a bondservant. And being made in the likeness of men, he became completely human, but without sin, and being fully God and fully man. After he was found, in terms of his outward appearance as a man for a divinely appointed time, he humbled himself still further by becoming obedient to the Father. Why am I sharing this with you? Because every characteristics that I just talked about, and I'm going to finish talking about, is what we are to focus on, to the point of death, even death on a cross. For this reason also, because he obeyed and so completely humbled himself. How many of us have to work on being humble? When we're building our business, when we're doing things, when we're helping people. I was there, right? We have to work on that. God has highly exalted him and bestowed on him the name which is above every other name. After it was found in terms of his outward appearance as a man for a divinely appointed time, he humbled himself still further by becoming obedient to the Father to the point of death, even on a cross. For the reason also, because he obeyed so completely, humbled himself, God has highly exalted him and bestowed on him, which is the name above every name. That's so important that it bears being read twice. So that name of Jesus, every knee shall bow in submission of those who are in heaven, on earth, and under the earth, and that every tongue will confess and openly acknowledge that Jesus Christ is Lord, the sovereign God, to the glory of all God. So then, my dear ones, just as you have always obeyed my instructions with what? With enthusiasm, not only in my presence, but how much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation. That is, cultivate it, bring it to full effect, and actively pursue spiritual maturity. See, this is why building a business with biblical principles is so important, because it takes all of the stuff. See, anybody can teach anybody how to go in, how to, build a website, how to get leads, how to run ads, how to do all of those things, how to write long sales letters, short sales letters, ad copies, social media posts, like all of that stuff. We can teach a fourth grader how to do this, but don't miss the point that when it comes to building your business and changing your life and finding your purpose, it starts right here in this world. See, with awe, inspired fear and trembling, using serious caution and critical self-evaluation to avoid anything that might offend God or discredit the name of Christ. For it is not your strength, but it is God who is effectively at work in you, both to will and to work. That is strengthening, energizing, and creating in you the longing and the ability to what? To what, y'all? Read that next sentence. Y'all, put that in the comments for me. Read that with me. To fulfill your purpose. Say it with me again. Fulfill your purpose. Not for you, y'all, but for his good pleasure. That is where you want to start at and what you want to understand, that you're here. I mean, even go back there, to fulfill your purpose for God's good pleasure. That is the number one reason why you're here. See, mirroring Christ's example of humility is a great starting place in order for you to understand your purpose. Like if you just ask yourself, am I humble? Am I humble? Am I energetic? Am I excited about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and who, most importantly, I'm doing it for? Just the acknowledgement of that right there will change your life. You just want to make sure that you're mirroring, be like Christ, Christ's example of humility. See, when you do that, you will fulfill your purpose for Christ's pleasure. Now, your purpose and the gifts, the talents, and the skills, and all of that he gives you are completely different, right? And that's what we want you to understand, that those are things that once you know what your purpose is, then you'll take the gifts, the talents, and the skills, and it will help you to grow. But I want you to really, truly get this word humility and to understand what it means. Humility is a Latin term, humilitas. Probably didn't pronounce that right? In ethics, it's freedom from, freedom from pride and arrogance. Do you have freedom from pride and arrogance? As an entrepreneur, and guys, I've been an entrepreneur for over 27 years, so I can speak this, that yes, there were moments and times during that journey that there was pride, there was arrogance, there wasn't humbleness, right? Because it says it's freedom from pride, arrogance, humbleness of mind, a modest estimate of one's own worth, right? A modest estimate of your own worth. Not like, oh, I got this, I'm this, I have this, I've been here, I've done that. Like, even in the word, there's a scripture that says, like a proverb that tells you to let someone else uplift you. Don't be tooting your horn all the time. Or as they say back in the day, walking around with your nose up in the air, right? In theology, humility is consistent in lowliness of mind, a deep sense of one's own unworthiness in the sight of God, self-abasement, penance for sins, and submission of the divine will. Before honor is humility. That's in Proverbs 15:33. So if you want honor, before that ever happens, if you want a successful business, before that ever happens, if you want to walk in your purpose, before that ever happens, humility has to be on you, wrapped in you, serving the Lord with all humility of mind. Acts 20:19, it is an act of submission. Are you willing to submit? Are you ready to submit? With these humilities, they satisfy the young king. You want to satisfy God, be humble. And that's the start of understanding and living out your purpose and having joy and peace and excitement. See, we go on to read in Philippians, it says, do everything without murmuring or questioning the providence of God. Do you murmur? Do you question? Do you complain like about the world or the things in it? All of that is God's, right? That is his kingdom. Everything in here belongs to him. Are you murmuring? Are you questioning? Are you complaining? So that you may prove to yourself to be blameless and guiltless, innocent and uncontaminated children of God, without blemish in the midst of a moral, crooked, and spiritual perverted generation. Like this, the times that we're living in now is crazy. Like, it's like no other times that I've seen, like, the disrespect, the challenges, but there's also the success, the excitement, the joy. You got both ends of that. Where are you going to fit in? And are you allowing the glitz and the glamour and all of this stuff that's happening on social media to suck you in? And as I said, are you not heeding that warning? It says, among whom you are seen as bright lights, beacons shining out clearly in the world of darkness. See, if you are a kingdom business owner, a kingdom leader, because that's who we're speaking to here today, your light should be shining for you. People should be able to know, even without you saying so, who your daddy is, right? They should know that. And we all got to work on making that better, making that happen. It goes on to say, holding out and offering to everyone the word of life, so that in the day of Christ, I will have a reason to rejoice greatly, because I did not run my race in vain labor, nor without results. Yeah, I mean, like, so I did not run my race in vain labor, nor without results. So whatever you're doing, don't make it be in vain, and you are expected to get results. So what are you doing to get those results? What classes are you taking? What people are you hanging around? What decisions are you making? What disciplines have you initiated in your life to get those results? It says, but even if I am being poured out as a drink offering on the sacrifice and service of your faith for preaching the message of salvation. See, this was his purpose, right? So you can take that line right there, whatever your purpose is. So my purpose is to help people build businesses with biblical principles for the kingdom. That is my purpose. That wasn't something, trust me, that I came up with. That was something that God laid on me almost a couple years ago. And I fought it for a minute, and then I finally like, okay. And as I started doing it, I like literally fell in love with the process. And every day, except for like on Sundays, and I still try to quiet my mind and thought on that, it's just been something that I've been in love with sharing and helping people. And every day he just takes it to a whole different level in terms of the people that we're going to equip and the people we're going to help. So what I'm asking you is, what is that for you? What is that for you? What is that gift, that talent, that skill, that your superpower, right? The thing that you've been blessed with, the thing that you've been given, that is your purpose for you to do, right? Still, I rejoice and share my joy with you all. You too rejoice in the same way and share your joy with me. See, no matter, like, business is not for the faint at heart. Business is not always easy. You're going to face challenges. As a matter of fact, if you're an entrepreneur, that is your job. The reason why you go in business is to solve problems. You are a problem solver. So when you're doing that, are you doing it with joy? Are you doing it so that you can get results? And results means that you're changing people's lives. You're solving their problems. You're helping them. And you don't want all of this time, energy, and effort to be in vain. And plus, you want to do it with joy. So you got to remember, as an entrepreneur, it is not about you. It is not about the money. It is not about the thing, right? It's about Christ. It's not about the social media. It's not about the likes. It's not about the shares. It's not about anything. It's about Christ and what he wants you to do. It says, but I hope in the Lord Jesus to send Timothy to you soon, so that I may be encouraged by learning news about you. See, I can't even get into all of this writing right here of what we're talking about, but he had a partner. Like those are the things that we don't even think about. And it was an aha moment to me. Like, you can't do this life, this business, and none of this stuff by yourself. I've had so many trainers, so many mentors, so many people along the way who have helped shape me to be where I'm at today. And then when you look at the things that you listen to and the things that you didn't listen to, and why you're where you're at instead of where you could be. It gives you that humility, right? To just surrender and submit and make changes so that you can make changes for the life of other people. It says, for I have no one else like him who is a kindred, a spirit, who will be genuinely concerned for your spiritual welfare. Do you have partners in your life who you know that they have that spirit and that same love and joy? I was reading a post today, and it was a young lady who just got married, and I just loved the way she said this. She said, I am so happy to have found a person, a guy who loves Christ more than he loves me. And because I know that he will love me. And if anything goes wrong, I know it wasn't intentional. And so when you're in life like that with a partner or with a business partner, you'll get so much more done because you're not worried. You don't have jealousy, envy, worry, strife, and all of that stuff happening, because people are focused, centered on Christ. And when you focus on him and you put your life on him and you serve him to live out his purpose for your life, for him, for his glory, you began to operate differently. You began to do things differently. It says, for the others who deserted me after my arrest. Has anybody ever deserted you on your entrepreneurial journey? Like, has anyone started with you and quit? Has anyone talked about you when you were going? Has anyone said you will never make it when you failed or you went bankrupt? I always tell the story when I lost everything. Have you lost everything and then you lost friends along the way? Is it quiet around you because nobody is cheering you on and believing you? That is the life of an entrepreneur. If you're not connected with kingdom citizens and you have small groups and people that you're talking to and working with and praying with and growing with, who can help you and be there with you, and then you're not into the word. See, all of that stuff that you may be going through or feeling, you don't have to go through it. You don't have to feel that way. I always remember Oprah always saying that she never had a therapist because she had her best friend Gail, and all she could trust her, and she had Stephen, and she can trust them, and she knew that no matter what she talked to them about, it would never get out. Are you that person for someone, or is someone that person for you? See, this is why you want to be equally yoked and find people who you can trust in and believe in. And that just helps you to live out your purpose. It helps you to do the things that you were put here on earth to do for God's glory. It says, for the others who deserted me after the rest all seek to advance their own interests. You may be around people that they're just with you, right? So they can get the hookup, so that they can get something that they can get for themselves. And that's okay, right? It's in the word. You're going to face that. When people, I always say, people talked about Jesus Christ, so they're going to talk about you. People betrayed him, so they're going to betray you. You just need to understand how all of that it relates to you developing your purpose, because you can get in these situations and you can get so into your feelings about it that it stops you from carrying out the purpose that God has for your life, because you didn't heed that warning and you allowed the people around you to bring you down. And that's why it's important to guard yourself, to know who you're around, to know who's training you, to know who's helping you, to know who's equipping you, to know who is pouring into you. All of that is important. It says, not those of Jesus Christ. Man, I'm telling you, even if you can't fulfill your purpose by yourself, and you know that you're taking your last breath, you want to make sure that you're sending someone to get it done. Or maybe you can't fulfill it because you're sick at the time, or something is going on. Make sure you're sending someone else to fulfill that purpose and get it done no matter what, at all costs. See, that's the important part. It has to get done at all costs. Let's read what Timothy in Philippians 2, 22 to 25, and what it says here. It says, but you know of Timothy's tested worth and his proven character, that he has served with me to advance the gospel like a son serving with his father. So, when you just take that example right there, what's your proven character? Do people know that you're going to do what you say you're going to do in business? Do people know and have they experienced you always being there for them? And if you make a promise, you fulfill that promise. If you start a business, you finish a business like you finished a race. Is that your character? If not, then you just got to fix that. And if you don't know how to fix that by yourself, that's what our memberships and our academies are for, to help you, to be around other people, to help you to do that. But most importantly, y'all, the Bible is there for that. You can read it and get it for yourself, but he even says in there, don't forget the habit of meeting together in the homes, right? Meeting together, or in the world we're at, on Zoom, right? You can get on Zoom and meet if you're from around the world. And then you should always have a local chapter. That's one of the things that we'll be doing at Bible Business Academy, is now that the world is opening back up, we'll have local chapters where people can actually get together and share what they're going through in business. It says, therefore, I hope that is his will to send him immediately, just as soon as I see how my case turns out. And I trust confidently. I trust confidently in the Lord that soon I also will be coming to you. So no matter what you're facing, he was in jail, right? So no matter what you're facing, maybe your business went out, maybe the supplier, it didn't supply you what you need. Maybe prices went up, maybe your bank account is low, but are you confidently trusting in the Lord that he will show up when you need him to get the things done? I was working out today, and I was listening to, I think it's Renice Allen song, and he was talking about the Hebrew boys in the fire, and like, man, it was just like so emotional just to know that no matter what that I was going through, God has always been there to see me through. Can I get a witness? Can anybody else give me an amen out there, a thumbs up? Let me know if you too have felt the same way. It said, I trusted confidently in the Lord that soon I also would be coming to you. However, I thought it necessary to send back to you Epaphroditus, however you pronounce that, who has been my brother and companion and fellow soldier, who was also sent as your messenger to take care of my needs. So if you can't get it done and you don't know the skill, you get someone else, hire someone else. It's not always about you needing to do that specific job. You can hire someone else to do it, right? That's all you got to do. It doesn't have to be you, but who. That's the way I want you to start thinking, because at the end of the day, the only thing matter is that you get results, and you don't always have to be the one that's getting results. That's why a part of when we're doing the training, we talk to you and help you hire the proper staff in order to live out your purpose and to get the results that you as a company, you as a business owner, you as an entrepreneur desire to get. You cannot do this by yourself. You need a team to make the dream come true. He says he certainly was sick and close to death, but God had mercy on him, and not only on him but also on me, so that I would not have sorrow upon sorrow. So I've sent him all the more eagerly, so that when you see him again, you may rejoice and I may be less concerned about you. Welcome him home in the Lord with great joy, and appreciate and honor men like him. So this part of developing your purpose is about you surrounding yourself with someone who has great character that you can trust, that the world can see that they have brought value to you. Some people's purpose is to be a purpose to you, to be a help to you. So you got to appreciate that. You got to honor them. You got to thank them. If you have employees, when is the last time you thank them? When is the last time you've done something special for them? When is the last time you honor them? Are you surrounding yourself with people who are worthy of this type of honor? And are you appreciating them? And are you showing great joys? It says, because he came close to the death for the work of Christ. Man, so I promise you, sometimes your employees will stay up all night just to take care of the things for your company. How are you rewarding them for that? It says, risking his life to complete what was lacking in your service to me, which distance prevented you from rendering personally. I mean, like, I want you to really start thinking on these things. The people who are around you, it could be the person behind the camera. It could be the service that you use. You know, maybe you had a glitch in it and you might send a little nasty email or a text or something like that. Have some grace, have some respect. Like, these are little things that we don't think about that will rob us of getting that inheritance from the kingdom that we were speaking about early. But these are the things that are so important that you might not even be thinking about. But guess what, y'all? It's taken away from you, and we don't ever want that to happen. So we want you to be aware of that so that you can change that and become who God created you to be. It says God supports the believer, but it is the believer's responsibility to do what has been called by God to do. Let me repeat that. It said God supports the believer, but it is the believer's responsibility to do what he has been called by God to do. In Philippians 2:13, I'm just going to reread that to you again. It says, for it is not your strength, but it is God who is effectively at work in you, both to will and to work, that is strengthening, energizing, and creating in you the longing and the ability to fulfill your purpose. So that longing, that ability, is God is the one who he's putting that in you. He's giving that to you. So you got to work it. You got to get up and do the things that you need to do in order to make it happen. If I had not showed up here and recorded this broadcast, and even though it was in my mind to do it, that means that I'm not doing what he willed me to do, what he want me to do. If I didn't put together any trainings, read any books, attend any classes, get any mentors, that means that I did not take the responsibility to do the things that I needed to do so that I can live out that purpose. Even though God can like magically make something happen, right? That you don't want to, that's not what this is about. That's not what entrepreneurship is. Not like, you can meditate, you can bring, manifest stuff to you, but it's still your responsibility to do something. Now, are there moments once you've proven, that, or whenever God's ready, it's either that season, that time, and he's just like, you didn't work for it, but it's going to show up because the word says that, right? There's going to be times like that, but it is your response. It says, faith, I'll show you my faith by my works, right? You have to do the things necessary that he put you here so that you can live out his purpose, just like Paul just talked to you about. For God's good pleasure, you got to think about it. He gives you the power. Deuteronomy 8:18. He gives you the power to create wealth, not for you, so that he can live out his covenant, his promise that he made. You just have to get that into your head. It is not about you. I had to get that into my head, right? It is not about you. No matter how you feel, do it anyway. No matter if you're tired and you don't want to do it anyway. No matter if you feel inadequate, do it anyway. No matter if you feel that imposter syndrome, do it anyway. No matter if you feel that you don't have enough knowledge, do it anyway. No matter if you're scared and you think everybody's going to laugh at you, do it anyway. Do what it takes to live out your purpose for God's pleasure. You're not working your business for you. You're working it to fulfill your purpose for God. And if that don't get you up, and if that don't get you excited to get going, I don't know what to tell you, but I promise you, it's kind of like I'm on this workout thing now, and this is day 4 of me getting started. And I was like, oh, I should just take the day off. And it's going through my head. And I'm like, no, I'm going to tell you what really got me up going is I said, I must get in the best shape of my life so that I can live out my purpose for God, so I can have enough energy, so I can have enough excitement to be able to do that. And I won't grow weary or tired during the process, because I know the hours and the time that I put in this, that, you know, you got to get your mind, your body, your soul, you got to get all of that in shape. And just that thought from meditating on his word, it got me up and it got me going. And then I went and I did my workout. I got all the sweat out there and it was great. I felt amazing after that. And that's why I'm on here and I'm able to share with you from my heart with enthusiasm and with energy about what's possible. That's what this is about, to be able to help you. See, God made you. He says you were formed before you formed my innermost parts. This is from Psalms 139, 13, 14. It says, for you formed my innermost parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I love that. Like, you knit me together. It's so poetic, right? I will give thanks and praise to you, for I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, do you feel that you are fearfully and wonderfully made? Wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it very well. What are you saying about yourself? Are you beating yourself up, or are you exercising, eating right, drinking water, doing the right things with your body, this temple that he gave us and that he's housed in? What are you doing with that, right? It says, my frame was not hidden from you when I was being formed in secret and intrinsically and skillfully formed, as if embroidered with many colors in the depths of the earth. Your eyes have seen my unformed substance, and in your book were all written the days that were appointed for me, when as yet there was not one of them even taken shape. Man, that just gave me the chills. How exciting to know how you were formed, how you were made, the thought that went behind it. All because God made you. You see why now I tell you, if you want to know about your purpose, you want to know about your life, you want to answer all those questions that we talked about in the beginning, get the answers from the Bible. The Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. Say it with me, y'all. The Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. If you watching this with somebody, look at them and tell them the Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. It says, your steadfast love endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hands. Psalms 138 and 8. I mean, man, how exciting to know that you were made so wonderfully and with love and with excitement and with joy. It says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you and approved of you as my chosen instrument. Before you were even formed, he knew you were approved. He knew you would be in business. He knew the struggles that you would go through. He also said that he would never give you too much that you cannot bear, that you could not handle. And before you were born, I consecrated you to myself as my own. Man, that's no different if you're a mother or you're a father and y'all expecting a child, and that you got that 9 months of that baby being formed, and the day that baby is being ready to be born, you know, the excitement and the joy. You call the family and everybody's all excited about, here comes the new baby. You have so much love and high expectation, and you're just so excited in that moment. What if you take that that birth moment, and you live that every day. I was counseling with someone, and they had been through some stuff, and they were angry with this person, right? And I said to them, like, just imagine that person when they were a baby and they just plopped out. Do you think their parents held them up and said, you're gonna suck at life, you're gonna be mean to people, you're gonna be worthless? No one does that. No doctor would do that. No mother would do that. No one would do that, right? No one. So you got to ask yourself, when you're going through something, when your business is not working the way you need it to work. I'm losing my voice here, y'all. Maybe they've been through something. Excuse me, let me drink a little water. In the comments, let me know what you're getting out of this so far. Man, I've been so excited and getting all this stuff out of me that I'm losing my voice at it, right? He said, I appointed you as prophet to the nations. And I'm asking you, what has God appointed you to do in business? What has he appointed you to do in life? Are you answering the call? Are you answering the call? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering next week. You don't want to miss this, right? You don't, and if you don't want to wait that long to know, you know, what God has appointed you to do in business, you can book a strategy call at calendarly.com/Kathy. And I highly suggest that you do that, even if you do know and you need help in building your business. So I want to make sure that you join us next week. And we're going to dive into and continue the series that we on, how to live out your purpose and let God open doors for your kingdom business that no person can shut. That's what we're going to be talking about next week, y'all. So I hope you got value out of this. And we've developed, and you don't have to stop here, because we developed this exclusive kingdom management enterprise system specifically for the citizens of the kingdom. And those are the courses and classes that we help you with in developing your kingdom culture, your financial development, the team, the business process. And some of you may be wondering, does it have to be, you know, a biblical business or stuff like that? No, it's biblical based. You can sell widgets and gadgets, but guess what? If you are biblical based and you have that foundation, people will see that around your company. And just by you doing that, you can help lead them to Christ. That's one way, right? Just by you earning and making the money that you have, and then you know how to become a good steward of that money. That's another way you can pour it back into your local church, into charities, into different things of helping people. These are all the things that we help you with, you know, your kingdom culture, the team, your financial development, and your business process. We will show you how to build your business, do the research for it, how to do your email marketing, your funnels, everything that you need, your ads, your marketing, everything that you need to run a successful business. That's what we're going to help you with. So if you want more information on that, go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. You can get information there. You want to jump ahead of the line, go to 1-833-BibleBiz and give us a call, and we can help you guys. I just want you to remember, with God, all things are possible, and you can build your business based on biblical principles for the kingdom. And you want help with that? Join us in our memberships and our academies, where we also have a done for you program where we can help you with all of that. So make sure that you book your free strategy session with myself or one of our team members. And you can go to calendly.com, call Kathy, or call 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ to get that book. When you get there, you're going to see a page that looks like this. You want to just pick your date, answer some questions, and then show up, and we will help you with that. And while we're waiting for that, us to talk, or while we're waiting, I got some scriptures that I want you to meditate on this week, and you can write those down. Take a screenshot of this. It says Romans 8:8, and we know for that for those who love God, all things work together for good for those who are called according to his purpose. Proverbs 19:21 says, many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it's the purpose of the Lord that will stand. I want you to stay stuck on the purpose, the way the kingdom sees the purpose, not the way the world sees the purpose. Job 42:2 says, I know that you can do all things and that no purpose of yours can be thwarted. Ephesians 1:11, in him we have obtained an inheritance, having been predestined according to the purpose of him who works all things according to the counsel of his will. Make sure you meditate on these scriptures, and I call them faithformations. You can take these scriptures or anything I talked about, like as I did when we were going through that, and then you just put your business, your life in there. You say the scripture, and then you repeat how you want that to happen for your own life. Like, for example, we said, and we know for those who love God, all good things work together for good for those who are calling to according to his purpose. So for all good things, you can say what that good thing is. We know that the good thing that I'm asking him for, to help us. And I'm just throwing something out there to help over 1,000 people build a business with which is actually one of our goals, to build a business with biblical principles will work together for good, right? So you see how you can take that and make it a faithformation and add that to it so that it will help you to understand everything that you're doing and to do it with biblical principles. Guys, don't forget to book that strategy call and join us next week on how to let God open doors for your kingdom business that no person can shut. We are here every single Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Kingdom Business Workshop. And I'm so proud of you. If you're here and you're at this point, see, it takes courage to step out on faith and become who you are created to be. And no matter what path you decide, no matter who you choose to help you with, if you choose us, I want you to know, like the character he had, we're going to be here for you 100%, and you can count on us. Remember in the beginning when I told you, if you stuck around to the end, we're going to tell you about a gift. So when you join one of our academies or our membership or our Done For You program, we want to send you a special gift in the mail. You never know what's going to be in that package, but it's going to have trainings and different things like that. It's some special gifts because we appreciate you, we value you, and we want to show you how much you matter. So make sure you get registered and that we can get you one of our boxes out to you. So what questions can we answer for you today? We're going to hop over to the other section in a second to be able to get those questions answered. I just want to ask you again before I go over there, go ahead and drop your questions in the comments. Even drop them in there if you're catching this during the replay, because we'll get notifications. It could be 10 years from now. We'll get notifications and we'll be able to answer those questions for you. It says, are you ready to discover how to build a 6, 7, 8-figure business for the kingdom? Whatever it is, are you ready? Do you want that? You desire? Is that something that has been placed in your heart? And you can do that and build that around your gift, your skill, your expertise, or your experience. And most importantly, guys, what separates you is you go to it and to do it with the intent to do it for the kingdom, to grow it for God's purpose, right? To live out your life based on what his purpose is for you. That's the whole key. So For more information, call or text us at 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ and lock that number in if you're watching this, because I promise you, if you're registered or you're comment, we're going to be calling you or we're going to be texting you, and we want to be able to communicate with you, see where you're at, see how we can help you, and how we can help you and we can be of value to you to bring your vision to a reality. You can always, for you who like to email, info@kathymcreynolds.com, and we don't have your phone number, we will also email you. And don't, as a reminder, y'all, you can get into our kingdom management enterprise system that was developed exclusively for and specifically for the citizens of the kingdom. Make sure you go ahead and get your questions in that question box so that we can get them answered. When we're helping you build your businesses, we teach you about the kingdom culture. We teach you about financial development. We teach you about how to build a team. We teach you about the business process. We leave absolutely nothing out. See, a lot of times you'll buy a system and it's only certain things that go into the systems, and they don't give you all of that. So you got to go buy something else. You got to go get something else. We're going to let you know up front everything that comes with what you're looking to do. It matters. It definitely matters. Again, you can go to Bible Business Academy or call us at 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ. And to learn more, go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. Get in one of our memberships, get in one of our academies, or talk to us about our Done For You program and how we can get all of that done. Here's our calendar, calendar.com/Kathy, or if you like to talk and you want to have that question answered now, go to 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ. Give us a call, leave us a message, and we will talk to you throughout normal business hours. I appreciate you guys. This has been so amazing, and I look forward to seeing the questions over there. We're going to hop over there and get those questions answered for you right now. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.